Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trading with Ashley show, coming at you from Tesla Studio today, where it is nice and quiet. We have a lot of noise going on in my neighborhood today, so this was the best place to visit with all of you. Part of the reason a lot of people stay out of the stock market, or one thing that makes it so intimidating, is you don't know if the stock market is going up or down. So you may bravely go into a trade thinking that you've got it all figured out, only to be humbled when it works against you. Well, one of the trade hacks that I teach my members, and I was sharing this with them today, is there is a way for you to take a trade if you do credit spreads, and you can benefit whether it goes up or down. Let's recap real quick what a put credit spread is. When you put on a put credit spread, and I've shared this in a lot of videos, you are selling a put, but then you are buying a put that is priced lower. The benefit of this type of trade is it requires much less capital. So if you were to just sell a put, you would need enough to actually pay for 100 shares at your strike price. But when you buy a put, in addition to selling a put, that gives you the right to sell the shares. If you're put the shares, it gives you the right to sell the shares at the strike price that you purchased the put at. Those two dynamics together require a lot less capital to put the trade on. Now, every time you put a put credit spread on, what happens after you've actually executed the trade could make it look like your trade is winning or losing. So in this case, I did a put credit spread on Amazon. Now, I went out to January and I went with the $200 strike. I still think that's a great strike because it looks like we do have support. If it fits that level, buyers will step in and it'll push it back up. And we still have the Christmas rally to get through. But after I put on the trade, Amazon came down closer to my strike. So what happened in that situation was the purchased put actually started gaining significant value. And when you see this happen, you want to take advantage of that purchased put gaining value and break apart the spread. But that leaves you with an issue. If you simply cash in on the purchased put that now has value, now that leaves you vulnerable on the sold put. And that requires a lot more capital. In my case, I would have had to have $20,000 available if I just wanted to cash in on the purchased put. So I did something a little bit different. Instead, I took the purchased put and I rolled it down and out. So I basically cashed in on the value that had appreciated in the purchased put, and I went with the same expiration date, but I went down with a lower strike. Now, when I did that, it gave me a credit on that leg of the trade, but also it still protected my sold put, and it did not require $20,000 at that point because I still had a put on that allows me to sell Amazon if it continues to go down. Initially, when I put on the trade, it was requiring $1,000 to put on the trade because there was a $10 wide strike between the sold put and the purchase put. Now, making this adjustment, I left the sold put exactly where it was at $200. I rolled down the purchased put. By doing that, now it requires $2,000 to secure the trade, but that's a whole lot better than $20,000. So by doing it this way, I was able to get more credit out of a put credit spread. So now, if this trade expires completely worthless, I've actually made more money than initially I thought possible. I still have a little bit of vulnerability in the trade because if Amazon continues to dip, then I may have to exit the trade completely. I'll be watching it closely. But if you have an initial strike price that you feel is a really good, safe strike, and you do see the trade work against you, you can decide to maybe do what I'm about to show you to break apart the trade and profit even more.
I want to show you the trade that we made and break it down and show you what I'm about to do to actually take advantage of the drop in Amazon. Here you can see the initial trade. We did a put credit spread. I sold the $200 strike put expiring on January 2026. To protect the trade, I purchased the 190 put expiring on the same day. So what does a trade like this mean? Well, if I am doing a credit spread and I sell a put at $200, if I'm assigned these shares, I have this purchased put that allows me to sell Amazon for $190. This is the protective portion of the trade. Having these two trades together turns it into a put credit spread, which is great because instead of having to have $20,000 in my account to secure this trade, the fact that I purchased insurance that allows me to sell it at $190, now I only need $1,000 in my account to secure the trade. And the way you figure that is 200 minus 190. So if I were to accept ownership at 200 and I turn around and sell it for 190, I'm only losing $10 a share. There's the $1,000. Well, now that Amazon has gone down since we opened up this trade, now I see that this portion, the purchased put, it's actually profiting. It's increased by almost 100%. My sold portion has lost money because we're getting closer to the $200 mark. So I have a decision to make. If I believe that by my expiration date, January the 16th, that Amazon will be trading higher than $200, then I still think this is a valid sold put. I just didn't get the best possible pricing on it. So if that's my belief and I'm not afraid of it breaching 200 by my expiration date, then I can do this maneuver I'm about to show you and I can take advantage of the increased value of this purchased put. But I'm going to put a new trade on that will secure this trade. It just won't secure it quite as much as it's currently secured. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and click this on to roll this portion of the trade. Let me show you how it looks when I send it to a ticket. Once I send this to a ticket, let me show you what I am looking at. Here's the initial trade, the 190 put, that's now in significant profit. I am going to roll this trade, meaning I'm going to take profit on the 190 put and I'm going to replace it by buying the 180 put. Buying the 180 put still secures my sold put, which is great because now I don't need $20,000 to secure the trade. I just need $2,000. So knowing this, let's see what I will get in a credit. Because the one that I am selling is more expensive than the one that I am buying, I am getting a credit for this trade. So my goals will be accomplished. Basically, I'll get about $205 for this trade, and I will still be securing the sold put. Let's go ahead and preview this and submit it, and then I'll show you what the new trade looks like. Perfect. This one filled. Now let's go look at this trade paired up. Now that I have taken profit and I have secured $200 for Amazon pulling back. Here's the new pairing. You still see the $200 sold put, but now I have a 180 put that is securing it. Now keep in mind that as time moves on, this spread will more than likely go to zero and the entire spread will be in profit. But I must warn you, if we go significantly below $200, then this could be a complete losing trade. Although the fact that I just took profit did insulate me a little against getting out of this trade. So this is a way that you can take advantage of the pullback on a credit spread and still not require the full amount to secure the initial sold put. Just to recap what I did, I initially had a credit spread and the trade started working against me. I remained with the credit spread, but I took the purchased put and I took profit on it by rolling that put and I widened the spread by $10. Doing that required another $1,000 to secure the trade, but now I have received my initial credit when I opened the trade and I received another credit when I rolled the purchased put. As long as Amazon stays above my sold put strike of $200 by my expiration date, then I would have made more money on this trade by adjusting it according to what I just shared.
I hope I explained that well enough and it's not too complicated so that you can grasp the concept. If it was complicated to you, I encourage you to consider joining my community. I teach these strategies and a whole lot more so that you can take full advantage of anything the market throws at you. Remember, if you're with me, Trading with Ashley, there is no trader left behind. Now, I picked out another video for you that will help you better understand options. I'm going to leave that video for you right here.